Hey everybody, Charlie Iron 2 here, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. When we last left off, we went to Mr. Windybank's pawn shop, a man who is very quick to point his revolver at his own head and threaten to take his life at even the slightest hint that he may be responsible for something bad that has happened within his pawn shop. On top of that, we met Miss Gina Lestrade here. Again, we remember her from the case against the one with the coach. I can't remember. Mr. McGilded, that was his name. And now we are here in the pawn shop. We're going to talk to Gina. And for a moment, can we just take a second to listen to and appreciate this amazing music? That music is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Props to the composer. Great. It seems like something that would almost fit in like a Castlevania type game. I love it. Anyway, Gina here says, yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy Chase, which I assume is slang for face. I don't get the reference. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know why a Chevy Chase would be a face, but apparently it is here in great jolly old London. But she says, well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. Oh, that's not her. That's what we say. You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo. All right, then. I'm just going to come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people? Well, I don't know how best to answer that, really. Suppose sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade. Well, no, I wouldn't expect her to be honest. But not this time, all right? I swear, that thing belongs to me. The disc that Mr. Windybank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all of this. Okay, so we got to back out and examine, and then go back and talk to him, right? Please don't pull out your gat. Miss Lestrade's disc. Mr. Windybank, what exactly is this metal disc that Mr. Lestrade has brought in? It's clearly a music box disc. I don't know a better term for it. It's not really a record, but it's a disc that's put in a music box to play a song. It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface. Ah, this is a music disc, you see, for use inside a music box. In a music box? We just went over this. We should not be surprised by this. What, you don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh? I know what a music box is. I've just never seen one of these discs before. The small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going, and beautiful music plays. It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc? Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British-made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. I see. And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny. That's a packet of lies. He told me he did. He said it was, well... He? Who? Never you mind. It just ain't right, that's all. That disc worth good money. I know it is. Well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you? Arg. Gina Lestrade. You met her before. She's been in before, of course. This little... Hold on, I'm trying to process this word. Tatterdemalion? Tatermadalion? Tatterdemalion. I feel so dumb when I find a word that I've never seen before. I try to sound it out with phonics. I don't know what that word is. I've never seen it. I'm sorry. I apologize to anybody I've offended by butchering the pronunciation of that word. I see. And brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add. Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me. So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple. Sorry, what do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket. Ah, a storage ticket. So, Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has lots of stuff what needs storing. Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But as she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest, I was obliged to return the article to her. But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windybank. Little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she redeemed. Oh. What? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does. So, what about the disc then? How does this come into all of it? Ah, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree at a price. New article to pawn. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say. For this heavy black coat which you returned to her care as I understood it. That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, you mean... What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady, especially where we were staring? We were staring straight at her crotch. Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it? If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly, ma'am. And she immediately tried to pawn it? For quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think. Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me. It doesn't really appear to be your size. Me old man. It's me old man's, ain't it? Is it, Miss Lestrade? Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious. You can say that again. Out of my way, please. Who is this? Who are you? Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? With a cane and all. Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. What's your problem, man? There's no problem. As long as you remove yourself, I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve. Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line. Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket. Pickpocket. Eh? Who are you, and how do you know who I am? The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems. What? You mean from you? Broker. Yes, sir? I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes. The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Oh my. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say, look at that pose. Any music box discs too. No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's, or it was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation. Yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Why are these people willing to talk to us? Like, we are not investigators. We're acting as investigators, but we're not. We're not the police. We have no purchase in this whatsoever. But here we are. Converse. The gentleman's accusation. Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying? What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before. Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now. No, I swear it. I swear to God. You know what? I actually believe her. I believe she didn't steal that ticket. It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street minding my own business when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets. Yet again? Oh yes, as you can see, I'm a man of impeccable style. You are a man of style. I'll say that. That's all I'll give you. You are a man of style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these black... Oh, my bad, I thought you said black. Back slum. I thought you said black slum. Back slum scoundrels. Now then, relinquish my overcoat. Grr. Come along now, Miss Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police. Hold on, why does everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy cove. And you think I'm the dodgy one? I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you. Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, huh? Come on, let's see it. Oh, I have evidence, naturally. You what? Evidence. Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman. Of course, we need only consult Mr. Windibank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place. Yeah. Yes, brilliant. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible. Why not? Oh. I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine. Well, you, sir, are not playing with a full deck. But why not? Because you're a fence, aren't you? Well, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity. Yes, I see. But then how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it? Oh, it's quite simple. I don't. Good sir. Might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? The watchword. Of course, it's banana. Professor. Professor, huh? Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. The gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt. A watchword, interesting. Watchwords. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Windybank. As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep their activities secret. Oh, Mr. Sholmes is back here. What is in his hand? Is that like a candy bar? It wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it? Great detectives have no dark secrets, none at all. You are fangirling way too hard to see the truth. Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword. And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article? That's right, sir. Yes, just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. Do you have a record of which watchword belongs to which ticket? And I have supplied you with the information you require already, but for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat deposited 2 months ago on 15th February. With a watchword of Professor. All perfectly correct information, sir. But how? Really, this is beyond a joke now. There is no further room for doubt. Ugh. Alright, let's go out of here. Let's examine. There's that individual. Let's go talk to Sholmesy first. He's over here. Oh, nope, he's gone. But this is once again available to look at. Let's check it out. Look at Mr. Windybank watching diligently over his shop. There are still so many things I'm curious about. I don't believe this is time for browsing, Mr. Naruhodo. We should probably see whether that argument's been resolved yet. Okay, game is telling me game logic. We need to talk to this dude. Picture postcard gentleman. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, putting on a fancy suit and looking down on people does not make you a gentleman. Excuse me, but who are you? One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry, yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? First of all, what was that weird dance you did? And second of all, its inhabitants live on some fiery, brown-colored soup dressed up with exotic spices. Okay. You might be thinking of somewhere else. And what was that theatrical gesticulation about? Exactly, Ryu. Perhaps, anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first before inquiring after the name of another. Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really. My name is Susato Mikotoba. I am Mr. Naruhodo's assistant. I see. My name is Benedict. Yes. Oh, Jesus. Eggbert Benedict, really? Eggs Benedict? His name is Eggs Benedict. What is the deal with people being named after food? We have Biff Stroganoff and Eggbert Benedict? Oh my goodness, this game. Enchanté. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious. Now, to the matter at hand. What are you doing? My overcoat. Return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off. Grr. Every move makes, every breath he takes. I can't stand watching him. You really just did a reference to Sting and the Police. Everybody got that? Gave a reference to Sting and the Police. Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't stand watching him. All right, I see what you're doing here, game. He put the coat on and left. So, let that be an end to the matter. It's not an end. There's more to it than that. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggbert Benedict, sir. With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back. Tis, this is why I hate grown-ups. Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar. And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker. But of course, sir, here is the disc for you. Just this one? Pardon, sir? I was expecting another. Or, that is, I deposited another. Another disc? Oh dear. Don't get the gun. Don't get the gun. I regret to inform you, sir, that what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, aren't you? Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it. Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute. That disc. It's mine. Arg, what do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. Oh my, yes, there's blood on the disc. It's because all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them. I found it first, all right. I mean, it belonged to me old man. So you're not having it. Boy, you, take it. Me? If I hang on to it, they'll have it off me again, so you keep hold of it. Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? Why do we have it? Why would we take that? Like, I get that because it's a game, I feel like there's more to the story and that she's probably telling some sort of truth and it's probably not that dude's, but based upon the facts that were just shown to us, our character has no reason to believe that this disc does not belong to Mr. Eggbert Benedict. Why would we take it? A metal disc used to play music in a mechanical music box. The piece of music, which remains unidentified, is stored on the disc by means of small protrusions. The music box disc has been entered into the court record. You there, in the black livery. Livery? Livery. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm gonna say livery. Let's check out the disc. How do we do this? Court record E. Disc time. There are protrusions. There is blood. Let's flip it over. Oh my goodness. I want to flip that to where I can read it. It should be like this. For McGilded. Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck onto the reverse side of the disc, too. And a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. For McGilded. McGilded? It couldn't be. But it is, Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget as long as I live. But why? Why is his name on this? The music box disc information has been updated in the court record. A metal disc used to play music in a mechanical music box. On the reverse side is a note that reads, For McGilded. flip this back over, see if there's anything else to look at. Blood. Look at all the little bumps on the disc. They're so tiny. Yes, the protrusions are called pins, and they pluck the teeth of the comb to make notes. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood. Yes, the blood of the mysterious Mr. Eggbert Benedict. When Miss Lestrade tried to grab the disc from him, the pin scratched his fingers, it seems. Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger. Ouch. Just thinking about it hurts. It puts me off eating radish. Radish isn't bad. It's not radish's fault. Though, turnip greater than radish, in my opinion. Okay, so what do we know from this? There's a music disc that was a gift to McGilded. We know she has a connection with McGilded. Let's go back. Armband, let's go back. Let's look at people. Let's look at this dude. This dude... No. I was thinking maybe he was like Lord Van Zykes in disguise, but he has different features. Young English gentleman with an aloof and high-handed manner. He appeared at Windibank's pawnbrokery accusing Gina of stealing his redemption ticket. Young pickpocket, we first met during the trial 2 months ago. She and Iris have become firm friends since. I did not know that. Her and Iris are friends. This is why we must look at this. I think I've neglected looking at this portion of the court record for the last like 2, maybe even 3 cases. The proprietor of a pawnbrokery on Baker Street that is regularly patronized by Mr. Sholmes has a very great sense of responsibility to his clients. Really, that's how you're going to word that? Iris Wilson, an extraordinary young girl who lives with Mr. Sholmes. She has a degree in medicine and is the author of a popular series of short stories published in the prominent magazine. Sherlock Sholmes, the world-famous great detective, above whose lodgings Miss Susato and I rent our own office and rooms. Susato Mikatoba, she's only 16. A judicial assistant sent to Britain on a study tour. She is the epitome of a refined Japanese lady and a huge help to me always. Wait a minute, am I? Okay, I am younger than this guy, but I'm older than absolutely everybody else. All right. Hand that disc to me at once, please. No, don't. He's lying. Grown-ups are all liars. What do I do now? How am I going to resolve this? Let's examine and let's talk to Sholmesy. There he is. Hey, Sholmes. Hook us up. Mr. Sholmes, what are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. Oh, it's caramel. Caramel, caramel, however you say it, is amazing. Love it. Uh-oh. Is he down again? So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. You're a bit much, aren't you? So, feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, this 7% solution of caramel. It says Sholmes' caramel. Put it in the court record. Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely. Then, why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know? Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. Oh my goodness. You really were sad, weren't you? Give the man a hug. I think a lot of this could be solved if we just like hugged a lot of these people more. You know, I think they'd be a lot better off. Poor Mr. Sholmes, I feel simply awful for you. It would seem that my inferences are correct. Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again? My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized, how much could I pawn it for? About 5 cents. Seems Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration. But who knows if it will help to resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman, who appears to have an omega symbol on his belt buckle? Is that what that is? Also something else hanging out there. What's the right thing to do here? Listen to the deduction, that's why we're here. Is it going to be presented in grand fashion? Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament. Tisks, where the blue blazes have you been, eh? Pardon? When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help, straight away, not an hour later. Harsh. And who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Eggbert Benedict. You have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. I will agree with that. I've seen some weird things on his body. That did not sound right. And with that, we're going to end this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider a like, a comment, and/or a subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.